Hello wood turners and makers, and a warm welcome back to my channel. Right, it's not actually a project for this week's video. This video is purposely to help the newer turners that have come, that have got the first lathe and coming into this world of wood turning. Because I've had a few comments asking me, how to put wood on the lathe. But I thought what I would like to mention first is, before you even start to put wood on the lathe, the most important thing you should do is get yourself one of these, an impact to protect yourself, minimum pair of impact safety, get yourself a dust mask, and away you go. Also, when you start, make sure your sleeves are, obviously you haven't got long baggy sleeves that can catch into the lathe, and I definitely wouldn't wear something like this where you've got laces and that, because if the wood is spinning and you lean over, one of them could catch in the wood, drag it into the lathe, and that wouldn't be very good for you anyway, would it? So, without further ado, let's go down to the lathe and let's have a look at some methods of fitting wood on there. See you down at the lathe. Okay then, welcome to the lathe. Right, you've had your first lathe and you're thinking, right, where do I start from here? So obviously when you buy your lathe, it comes with obviously the drive centre, the live centre and a face plate. So we'll put the face plate there for the time being. Right, you've got your live centre, sorry, and to tell which one it is, if you hold it, it will spin, and that will go in your tailstock. And then your drive centre, which is the solid one, will go into your headstock. So right, fitting a piece of wood on that, if you've got a square stock, then obviously you can get yourself a scent finder and obviously go round with a pencil, find the centre. If not, obviously, you can also, use a ruler and just keep going round, and you will get a rough idea. Right, so then a lot of people do take that off, put it on and bang it on, but make sure if you do that, either a rubber mallet or a wooden mallet to bang it on. I don't tend to do that. I tend to just, once you've got your centre, I tend to just push that in, and same on the other side. Make sure that is on, and then I tighten it up, give it a little shake like that, and then make sure you lock that off, and there you are. That is then ready for turning whatever you want to do. And the same applies, that's for if you've got any round stock. Square stock such as this, same again, you can either use a ruler and go corner to corner. Works out, it's a bit awkward. If you haven't got a centre finder, just go like that, corner to corner, and you'll get your centre, and then you'll do the same on this one. It'd help if you got a sharp pencil as well. And there is that. Also use one of them if you want to, just to mark your holes like so. Put it in like so. Same again. Just line it up first into your drive centre. Bring up your tailstock. Do the same then. Lock it down and tighten it up. But you can also just give it a wiggle, tighten up, give it a wiggle, tighten up. And that is now ready to do whatever you want to do, goblets or whatever. So that is what you can do with them. You can also use it if you want to put something like this in. Obviously you find your centre, both sides. Now if you've got a square inch, sometimes you can cut, but if you don't, then you can do the same rule with this. You can go corner to corner like so. You can get a bigger ruler if you got it. Get it roughly marked like so. And put that then onto your piece. You can do the same, you can smash it, or you can also get, which sometimes I do with pieces like this, get a fortune a bit, draw yourself a little hole, draw yourself a little hole, and then you can drive that on. Like I says, always use a wooden mallet, so safe there. And that helps you with that. And you can put that on and bring up your tailstock. And then you can use that to obviously then be able to, you know, change it. Look, it's in the lathe there, so that means it just needs ticking up a bit to there. Then that is now free of the lathe. Make sure it's really tightened up. Keep checking that side. I tend to usually lock it and then turn it like that. Tighten it. Do it again. Tighten it, and then make sure everything's locked on. So, if you've got woodworm screw, obviously drill your hole. A lot of people have asked, well, what size? Usually what you can do, you get your drill, your woodworm screw, and then just slip it behind you. And if you can't see the bar, look, that is the size. That's a good little tip. Look, let me see if I can get a bit closer. Like that. See, you can't see the bar. You can also put it on the top, look. But I tend to just do that, and that is the one I'll need to drill. You also just go like that, put a bit of tape around, drill down. Which that would come with your chuck. That's if you've got a chuck, but if you haven't. Right, obviously if you haven't got a chuck and you think you want to put something like this on, that's where your face plate comes into it. Now a piece like this, that's why we got this. I would not put that on like that because of that motion. You don't want that, you don't want the gaps in, you don't want that. So what I would do is put it up, put a mark around it, and then chisel it out. I'll use the chisel on this to flatten that, or same again, get a forcing bit on your drill and drill it round. As long as that's nice and flat for that then to fit in, look, and that is nice and secure. Now use all the screws that's on the faceplate, and whatever you do, don't use these drywall screws, definitely not. Get yourself proper wood screws. Now this wood screw is the exact one that I need, so it fits in, it doesn't move. And then when I tighten it up, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 threads coming out, so I know when that's in and I screw that down, that will be ample to hold this piece on to that. So always bear that in mind. Use proper wood screws and the correct size for this. The way I like to do a lot of my projects is by using a scrap piece of wood and using the glue gun. It is a fantastic way and a good secure way of holding wood on the lathe. It is absolutely brilliant. Now if you haven't got a chuck, you can go onto eBay or any site and get yourself a nut like this that fits your lathe. And then you could then glue, get a forcing of it obviously, drill down, chisel it away, and then 2-part epoxy that into it, and then you've got yourself one automatic. Or if you don't want to go to that trouble, then you can do the same thing with your faceplate. You can screw that in, but always bear in mind where your screw ends, because you can screw that into there, that will go onto your lathe with the screws, and you can use that to mount your wood on, or glue it on if you've got it. So that is another method as well that you can use to, if you haven't got a chuck. So if you have your chuck, obviously get your chuck on. Alright, you've got your chuck on. You've got your live centre in, your tailstock, your hot gluing. Obviously I use a tenon to put it on. Different chucks are different on how you mount them. Like mine has got like a bit that sticks out here on the lathe, so when I did mine, as you can see, I just run the pointing tool and made a little groove in there, so when this fits, it fits nice and secure. So if I turn on the glue gun, because that'll be a method you can fix loads of bits of wood to the boxes, and all you got to do is part it off. Okay then, right, using my scent finder, I've obviously gone all the way around like so, just done my little pinhole there, then I'll then put that up onto the Lathe centre and then bring it up to the work and tighten it up like so. And that is then on the lathe. And then all you got to do, you just go around, make sure that it's a good glue gun that will really melt the glue sticks for you, and just do that, and away we go. So we'll let that dry now. Okay, welcome back. Right, that is now gone an opaque colour. It is now dry, so what we cut that off now, and that piece of wood is solid enough to turn. What I do first is bring that up, obviously turn your lathe on, and then you can, you know, make your bell shape on the bottom. Then obviously once you've done that, then you can usually the best way is get an air dryer or something, bit of heat, and you know, you can get that back off. Sometimes you can get something like this. That proves how hard it is, look. So let me get a chisel. See, that the best method is using an heat gun just to melt it. But you can do that and then break it straight off. But you can see how hard the joint is because it's left the wood. So once you've done your shape, you haven't got a chuck, let's say, you can then glue it back on that way. You can turn that down to a smaller shape, glue it back on, and then hollow it out. It will hold on. So that's another way of doing it. So we'll get that out now. That is a really good way of securing wood onto the lathe, is by using the hot glue gun. It is an absolutely brilliant way to do it, and I'm really confident in doing it myself. What I was talking about, that is how it should look. All your screws in there, nice and flat. Let's get the chuck off first. So that means then you can get your piece, bring it up, but like I said, don't try and turn it that way to fit it on. Bring it up and then turn it like that. Then obviously put it on, same again, you're ready to turn, bring up your tailstock and away you go. Right, let's have a look at the woodworm screw now. Okay then, now it's time for the woodworm screw. So right, you've got your chuck and you've got like a little gap there. That will go in. Then all you've got to do is tighten up your chuck so far and make sure it can't come out. And then you just tighten it up and away you go. And then you've drilled it already. And I tend to just start it off, lock it up if you've got that feature on your lathe. If not, then you could even put your chuck in like that and do it that way. And then you tighten it right up, make sure it's nice and tight, and that is then on secure. Bring up your tailstock again, then you can turn, put your tenant, recess, whatever, or if not you can turn a flat bowl. If you haven't got a chuck, woodworm screws, whether you can get them to fit your lathe without a chuck, I'm not actually 100%, I'm sure you can. So yeah, obviously your tenant, recess, or if not you can do it flat, turn it round and glue it back on, as long as you leave the point there, so when you turn it and bring up your tailstock you'll keep it true. So that is that. We'll get this off now. A lot of people, when they do it, they turn the lathe on and then screw it that way, but if you're not confident in doing that, do it by hand. Right, let's say you've just got this one chuck on your lathe. Let's say, and I want to put that on. You know, I can open it up, put it in there. I wouldn't do that. You can do it. What I've done is got me a bit of scrap wood, drilled that hole out roughly to the size of the wood you want. You can make loads of these. Same thing, I used a force and a bit to drill the hole out, and then slit a groove into it, so that then will go into my chuck. This one ain't meant for this chuck, to be fair, it's meant for me one, but this is the standard chuck that your first chuck that you buy with standard jaws. So make sure that, yeah, that'll do it. I made one of them, so then you can get your piece of wood, bring up your tailstock, put it in, and you could fasten that down like so, and you've got something to hold it, and you can turn some little finials and that will hold it in for you. So that's another way of doing it. If you haven't got chucks, so obviously with them type of jaws, or small, you know, smaller jaws, if you've just got the basic size, which usually comes when you buy a chuck, so that is another method of holding wood onto your lathe. So I think that is all I can think of for you at the moment. I hope it's been I hope it helps you out. Yeah, so that is ways of getting your wood onto your lathe. I hope I've covered enough. But it's same with this, you could do the same with this, you know, it's you could drill your hole and then fit that on with a screw like that, the exact same way, and it would hold it, you know. That's another method you could do. Drill your hole, screw it in, put it onto the lathe. So, but my favourite method obviously is, you know, is the hot glue, and obviously you can make little jigs like this that you can, you know, if you want to do little fiddly things, or even turn little blanks for pens and things, stuff like that. You know, you can do it if you put your mind to it. There is loads of stuff, and if you go on YouTube, that is a great place to learn about when you're first starting on the lathe. I just hope this is going to help you out. I can't really think of much more. I think the most important thing as well, obviously, when you get your tools, make sure that they are nice and sharp. Okay then, so I hope that this video has explained enough for you in ways of doing it. Like I says, the main thing is when you mount your work, obviously, and you're working away, just keep stopping, keep checking it, start it up again. Make sure you've got your impact shield. I would advise that you go for something like this. Then I tend to wear the impact glasses on when I'm doing a YouTube video. Unless I'm turning something big, then I will put this on. Stay away from the cheap tools. You know, there's a lot of companies out there that sell them. There's Axminster, there's Oliver's Wood Turning, Simon Howe, Yandles. They'll all help you out and they'll all direct you in the right way. But like I says, if you want to know even more ways of doing it, then go on other YouTubers, and they have got a few videos. My Walt's got one, I think he's got one. Carl Jake is son, Carl Jack, yeah, I'll put his name up. He also does a couple, so anyway, thanks for subscribing. I hope this has helped you out, and a big thank you to all of you. So till the next time, stay safe. Bye now.